play what may be their most complete game of the season, beat the Buffalo Sabres 4-1. We have the good news and our key takeaways from the game, plus a preview of Saturday's New Year's Day matinee against the Edmonton Oilers. All that and more on today's Locked On Islanders podcast.
Your Locked On Islanders, your daily podcast on the New York Islanders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the weekend edition of the Locked On Islanders. So glad you could join us today and spend a little time talking Islanders hockey. And thankfully, we've got good news to talk about. Islanders downing the Buffalo Sabres at the UBS Arena 4-1. We have our key takeaways and why this may have been the most complete game that the Islanders have played all season. We've also got a full preview of Saturday's New Year's Day matinee against the Edmonton Oilers, and of course, our Islanders birthday of the day, and a lot more. So, want to thank everybody for making Locked On Islanders your first listen of the day. We are free and available on all platforms. If you have something Islanders related on your mind, you have a question, a comment, a topic that you'd like us to talk about on the show, feel free to send us an email. The email address, lockedonislanders@gmail.com. And if you leave your first name and where you're from, we're happy to mention you on the show when we talk about whatever it is that's on your mind. You could also follow the show on Twitter at Locked On Isles, and you could follow me, Gil Martin, on Twitter at Ice Wars, NYRVSNYI. We'll keep you up to date on all the latest Islanders news, notes, and happenings, and I am live tweeting during nearly every Islanders home and road game. So always great to interact with fans at all times, but especially during games. Get some instant analysis, share your opinion, and talk a little Islanders hockey. So check that out Saturday afternoon when the Islanders and Oilers are going at it. The New York Islanders skate away with an impressive, solid 4-1 win over the Buffalo Sabres. And you know what? I can already tell they're going to, okay, Ranger fans and say, yeah, 4-1, all that's very nice, Sabres. And, it was even a shorthanded version Sabres. You know what? If anybody says anything like that to you, you stop them and you quiet them down, because here's the deal. You got 82 games on your schedule. Yes, some of them are against better teams than others. Some of them are easier. Some of them are harder. But good hockey teams take a game against a struggling team like the Buffalo Sabres, and they turn that into 2 points, and they do it in a convincing fashion. And you know what? That's just what the Islanders did. You got to play the games on your schedule. And those same doubters, when the Islanders were dealing with a 13-game road trip to open the season, and the Islanders were dealing with a roster ravaged by COVID, as they still are to a point, all of that, they didn't take into consideration when the Islanders that the Islanders came out and played a very strong game. All of some, you can't just say, oh, well, it was only Buffalo. You play a tougher, more skilled Edmonton Oilers team and build on it. Semyon Varlamov. And the defense did, again, the goal, they wanted high job, and I gotta say, it's impressive. Dobson with a goal. Points, goal, and assist. He was a +3. He was on the ice for all 4 Islanders. And no level of on that Barzal encouraging to see Noah Barzal. Dot for the Islanders. The Islanders don't have another in third and join the rush. Huge benefit. What a finish by Barzal. Was the first 1 goal. You knew in that first period it didn't result in a goal, and the goal he wasn't afraid to keep up. Let me tell you something. If Mathew Barzal takes a shot on goal in game, what kind of thing but a turnover? So he's got, and bar, maybe even better than a bar. And Built Bar makes it easier to stick to your resolution because it tastes so good, you'll want to eat it. Unlike other protein bars, which can be chalky or waxy or taste like a chemical spill, you want to eat healthy, but it just gets so boring. By like week 3 of your resolution, you might be thinking, this is just not worth it. Where's the chocolate? Well, Built Bars are covered in 100% real chocolate, and most Built Bars contain just 130 calories, only 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and 17 grams of protein. Compare that to a candy bar, which usually has 240 calories, give or take, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs. Here's an idea for the new year. Go to all your secret treat stashes at home, in the pantry, in the office, in the car, wherever. Throw out all the sugary and calorie-filled treats and replace them with Built Bars. So when you're craving a snack or a treat, you can reach for something that's healthy and tastes incredible. Even if you're not a huge fan of working out, you can at least eat something that tastes good and is good for you. That way, when you enjoy a delicious Built Bar, you could almost count it as a workout. And there's so many flavors to choose from. Coconut almond, peanut butter brownie, raspberry, cookies and cream, salted caramel, that's my favorite, mint brownie, and many more. In fact, Built is always coming out with new limited time flavors, so check out Built.com often to see what's new. Go to Built.com, use the promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off your order. That's promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. So some more takeaways from the game. And I got to say, I was very happy with the overall performance. You did not see a lot of turn in and you didn't see members of neighbors with any of that. We talked about some of these. Let's go on. One more I definitely wanted to mention. The struggle this season that we will make their pass playing on a line for both Bailey and Barzal. In 8 and make it create whether Barzal creates room and let a pass, or whether Bailey can get the puck to Barzal so he can use his speed and create in a situation where other players can't. I like this combination. I know it may be only temporary because of all the COVID days and everything else, but I like Bailey with Barzal, and it's a big on his game. He was definitely a game last night, and it showed. Did penalty, but at the facial, Austin Barnick 5 out of 7 in the face off, almost 18 minutes on the ice. Had a V in the face circle, so I think he did in the softball, and it's something you don't right away. Short and it was wonderful. Limited and Bellows and Dobson for their game. Complete performance, some filled momentum, and I'm only hoping that they'll do. Let's get to Saturday's Edmonton Oilers, and this is a team that isn't right now. They are 18 and 12 and 0 through 30 games, but early in the season, this was a team that was winning. And now, yeah, injuries, yeah, COVID, every team talk about that. They're struggling, though. And maybe the Islanders are catching them at the right time. Look, the goal scoring is still there. They're in the top 10, 8th in the league in goals scored, 21st in goals against. So defensively, they are not on top of their game. The power play is still the league's best, even though they have struggled a bit more in recent weeks. But 31.5% success rate. There's a lot of skill on this Oilers team. And the Islanders will have to play that strong defense that they know they could play. Ironically, the penalty kill has also been very good for an Oilers team that doesn't always play sound defense. They're 8th in the league with an 82.6% kill rate. Now, the Oilers lost their last game, which was Wednesday night in St. Louis. They lost 4-2, and they're going to play Friday, New Year's Eve, a matinee at Newark at the Rock. So again, the Islanders will have a couple of advantages. The Islanders will have that extra day of rest. They are the home team as well, and they're going to face a team that's on a pretty long road trip. Excuse me, and will be a back-to-back. So hopefully they can take that. No Koskinen for the Oilers. He's 12-6-0 on the year, a 3-6 goals against and a .902 save percentage. Not exactly outstanding numbers, but look at the talent on this team. I'm going to just give you, a couple of names. Leon Draisaitl, 50 points in 30 games, 24 of them goals. Connor McDavid, 50 points in 30 games only, and I'll put that in air quotes, 17 goals. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 25 points in 29 games. Zach Hyman, 11 goals, 19 points in 27 games. There is a lot of talent on this team and a lot of players that you have to account for. So defense will be paramount for nations again. As of right now, is the third line, Piven, Shore, and Goldsaw are side of him. And Ryan enters Brendan Perley, Kyle Turris, some familiar names here as well, and Tyson Becker, the second pairing entry of Markov and Bouchard. Mike Smith and Mikko Koskinen are the two goalies. Interesting to see whichever one plays at Jersey tomorrow or today, by the time the podcast goes up. Probably not for the Islanders situation. Gil but a challenge coming up. Sorokin has played in quite a while. Of the holiday break that was extended with a now this team holiday season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before as football continues its march through the college bowl season and the football playoffs. BetOnline remains your number one spot for all the sports action this season. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use the promo code LOCKEDON, that's one word, locked on, to receive your bonus. Yes, betonline.ag will give you free money to use to bet on site, that 50% welcome bonus, just because you listen to the Locked On Islanders podcast. From basketball, football, NHL, boxing, UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season and 2022. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports, so don't wait to take advantage of all the new amazing offers available. BetOnline, where the game starts. Time now, our Islanders' birthday of the day. Are one day late, but want to wish a very happy 56th birthday to Islanders winger Mike. Only briefly an Islander, the Kitchener, Ontario native, drafted in the third round of the 1984 draft by the Vancouver Canucks. Made his debut with the Canucks in 84-85, 6 games. Briefly, and then became an Islander in 19, played 9 games with the Islanders, scored a goal, and had 14 penalty minutes. Later played for the Maple Leafs briefly, and spent the rest of his career in and then in Germany through the end of the 2003-2004 season. For NHL games, basically, and 9 of them for Mike Stevens. 1 goal, 5, 29 penalty minutes. And we're going to go back and look at his game with the Islanders. 1980. This one, the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. So the Islanders going with Billy Smith in the Red Wings. Greg and getting on the board first. Steve Yzerman, his 24th from Gerard Gallant, and 3:33. Islanders trailing early. This game was physical and rough, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little later on. Detroit goes up 2-0 later on in the period. Mick Vukota received an instigator penalty for a fight with Jim Pavesi, and Paul McLean, his 12th from Yzerman and Gallant. 2-0 Red Wings. Islanders in a 2-0 hole after one period. That goal came at 14:42. In the second period, though, Islanders' birthday, Mike Stevens turns things for the Isles. He gets his first career NHL goal from Ken Morrow at 4:38. Islanders cut the deficit to 2-1. Steve Yzerman makes it 3-1 Red Wings, his 25th from Gerard Gallant at 12:38. And then Adam Graves gets his 6th for Detroit. Tim Higgins and Rick Zombo down 4-1, but they mount a comeback. Brent Sutter at 2:25 in the third period. That makes it a 2-goal game, and then Brian Trottier cashes in on a power play opportunity with Tim Higgins in the box for tripping. Trottier's 8th from Mikko Makala and Pat LaFontaine at 17:21. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-3 game. Islanders down by 1. They pull the goal. Didn't quite pull it out. Gerard Gallant, an empty netter, his 11th from Steve Yzerman at 19:35. Islanders fall 5 in this game at the old Joe Louis Arena. But look, for our Islanders' birthday of the day, Mike Stevens, 1 goal on his only shot. He was a +1, And this was the first and only career goal for Mike Stevens, and a special moment for him, even if it falls short. So again, Mike Stevens, 56-year-old, on Thursday is our Island birthday of the day. This game, Saturday, for the Islanders is an important one. We've talked on this show about the importance of the Islanders put a streak together. This is how you do it. You beat a team like Buffalo. Take a team that's struggled it and a road trip like Edmonton. And all of a sudden, you get 0-1 streak, or that 5-1-1 where you keep picking up points and you get back into the playoff. I tell you, if the Islanders continue to play the way they did Thursday night at home against Buffalo, they can beat anyone. Yeah, Buffalo's not a great team right now, but you play that kind of hockey, you can beat anyone. It was good to see Kyle Oposo get a goal, if anyone on Buffalo had to score, and Kyle is playing some great hockey as of late. So that was good. And, just great to see him healthy, playing well, and encouraging some of the Islanders. Thank you, Islanders. Your first listen every day. We'll be back on Monday. We'll have our key takeaways from the game against Edmonton. We'll have all the latest injury and COVID updates. And, of course, we will start previewing next week's games as well. Now, make your second listen Locked On Bets, your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. Locked On Bets is hosted by your boy Q with expert analysis and insight from Lee Sterling. It's free and available on all platforms. Hey, I want to wish everyone a happy and a healthy new year. Let's hope that 2022 is a lot better than the last couple of years have been. Have a safe but fun New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Have a great one. Enjoy the Islander game Saturday. And, of course, let's go Islanders.